Hello, I'm Dan Toppy and welcome back to Going for Gold, the series where I give you the quickest and easiest ways to complete the golden camos on all of your weapons in Call of Duty Black Ops 4 multiplayer. If you haven't seen one of these videos before, what I do is I tell you the best class and the best playstyle you should be using to get your first 9 camos, which is 100 headshots for the weapon today, and then I move on to tell you how you need to change your class and your playstyle to better suit the final 5 challenge camos. But before we get into today's episode, I want to tell you about the sponsor of this video. Today's video is brought to you by Massdrop. If you haven't heard of or used Massdrop before, what they are is a community-driven commerce site who works with big brands to create the products their community wants. Massdrop teamed up with the audio specialist AKG to produce a limited edition M220 Pro headphones, and they sent me over a pair of the M220 Blues to try out. These are a great set of headphones offering high audio quality whether you're listening to music, gaming or even editing. They're extremely light, comfortable and feature a self-adjusting headband, so they always fit perfectly. So if you're looking for a great value for money pair of headphones, make sure you check them out on Massdrop through the link in the description down below. But getting straight back into the video, the weapon we're going to be covering today is the KN57, and like I said, to get the first 9 camos on the KN57, all you need to do is get 100 headshots. So the best class which I think you should be using to complete these challenges is the KN57 with quick draw, grip, stock, scavenger, lightweight and dead silence. Obviously quick draw will mean you can get your sights up quicker because you do need to be aiming down sight to get these headshots well. The grip will obviously reduce the recoil, and the stock will mean you can aim faster whilst aiming down sight. Scavenger means you won't run out of ammo, so you don't have to use different weapons, and you always have a chance of getting a kill towards completing these challenges. Lightweight can move fast to get into those positions, so you can pre-aim the enemies, get those really easy headshots, and dead silence will make you really quiet as you are moving around the map, so the enemies won't hear you as much and hopefully you won't die as often. With this class you do have a spare slot, so if you do want to put a red dot sight on or any other sort of sight you can. I just really like the iron sights on the KN, so I chose not to use a sight, but if you do want one on then you can put one on. It might help you to get those headshots a little bit easier. I definitely recommend playing in hardcore just because you can always get those one hit headshots really easily, and I'd say play in hardcore just because this is the mode which I normally play in. I hardly ever play in core just because of a long time to kill. I prefer playing in hardcore when you can kill really quickly. But if you do want to play in core, I'd still say use the same class, because you can't put high caliber on this gun, so there isn't really anything you can do with this class to make it better in core game modes. I'd just say if you are going to play in core, then definitely have that sight on, because you might have to land more than one shot on the head to get those headshot kills, so having a sight on will help you to do that more accurately. When you are playing, just make sure you are pre-aiming whenever you can, just because this is the easiest way to get those headshots. Pre-aim at enemies' head height as they are coming around corners and stuff like that. And definitely play on game modes like Domination, where you know where the enemies are coming from, where there's generally a fixed direction where they will be running at you from, so you can pre-aim them and just know where they're coming from, because this is the easiest way to get the headshots when you are always prepared for them instead of getting caught off guard. But once you have got those 100 headshots and unlocked your first 9 camos, you can then move on to the next final 5 challenge camos. And to complete these in the quickest and easiest ways possible, you will have to change your class and your playstyle a little bit to be able to do them. So the first camo that you're going to want to focus on is Mother of Pearl. For Mother of Pearl, you need to get 50 kills on the weapon with no attachments on. So to complete this one, just make sure you've taken everything off your gun, put more perks on if you think it will help you, but this gun generally is really good, so it shouldn't take you more than 2 or 3 games to complete it, because it is really good in pretty much every situation. The iron sights are really good, and it doesn't have too much recoil, so you shouldn't struggle too much. Next is Purple Hex, and this is the complete opposite of Mother of Pearl. To complete this challenge, you need to get 50 kills with the weapon with an optic and 5 attachments equipped. So the class I'd recommend is the KN57 with the reflex sight, quick draw, grip, stock, rapid fire and hybrid mags. This is my favourite setup for this challenge, but obviously you can use anything you want. I definitely recommend using the class that I said at the start, and then just put on all the extra attachments you want. Those are just my favourite attachments for this, and that's how I like to play with the gun. But if you do want to put something on like a laser sight, or if you want loads of ammo with extended mags, you can always put that on, but it is completely up to you. Then the next 2 camos should be really easy for you to complete, and you might have already completed them whilst getting that previous 100 kills. But the first one is Roller Rink. You might struggle with this one just because it is to get 10 long shots, and these long shots do sometimes depend on which map you're playing on as to how easy they are to get, but pretty much on every map you can find somewhere where you can hit long shots. Generally down the middle lanes or the side lanes you can find some long lines of sight, because I think they try to put one of these into every single map. So if you can find that, just sit there, wait for the enemies to run across if you really need to get these kills. Otherwise just keep playing normally, and when you get on a map like Jungle or something like that, you will get quite a few in one game. But if you are struggling, just make sure you are playing in hardcore so you're not having to fire loads of bullets at enemies that are a long way away. In something like hardcore, you will kill them in 1 or 2 bullets, so it is really easy to do. And the other easy camo to complete is called Penthouse. To get Penthouse, all you need to do is get 5 double kills. So this one should be really simple to complete, especially in hardcore domination, just because the enemies bunch up so much you can just spray into all of them. But this one, just keep playing normally if you are struggling and you will eventually get them all. But the final camo, which is probably one which everyone is struggling the most on because everyone always does, is Spectrum. And to get Spectrum, you need to get 5 Bloodthirsty medals, and obviously to get a Bloodthirst medal, you need to go on a 5 kill streak. So to complete this one easily, I definitely recommend using the same class that I recommended first for the Headshot Camos. I think this is the most well-rounded class that you can get, so it probably is the best class for getting these Bloodthirsties. And if you are struggling, again, just playing hardcore domination, but sit further at the back, wait for the enemies to push those B flags, wait for them to come around the corners and kill them easily. But generally, just play a lot slower and don't take as many risks. And if you are really struggling in hardcore, then go over to core where it takes more hits to kill you, because in hardcore you might be dying a little bit too quickly. Just get in core game mode to have stim shot on so you can heal up quicker, and then you can take a few hits but get away before they can completely finish you off. But that is everything that you need to know of how to complete the golden camo on the KN57 in the quickest and easiest way as possible. If this video has been helpful, then please make sure to leave it a like. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe, because I upload these videos every single week. If you are interested in those headphones that I talked about at the start of the video, make sure you check out Mass Drop through the link in the description down below. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.